After months of anticipation, stealth startup Humane has finally launched the AI Pin. The device is a screenless AI wearable that functions without the need for a smartphone or other tethered device. Instead of a screen, it can project a visual on a surface, speak to it naturally, use the intuitive touchpad, hold up objects, use gestures, or interact via the pioneering laser ink display projected onto your palm, said the announcement. Humane is equipped with a Snapdragon processor and AI model powered by OpenAI. Details of the model is unclear, but as The Verge pointed out, previous announcements allude to it being powered by GPT-4. Humane, founded by former Apple executives, are positioning the device as the future of portable computing. In his TED Talk, co-founder Imran Chaudhry envisions a screenless future where AI-powered devices blend more seamlessly into our lives. As an teased example of this, Humane partnered with Coperni for Paris Fashion Week, debuting the device pinned to the model's clothing on the runway. iPin is the embodiment of our vision to integrate AI into the fabric of daily life, enhancing our capabilities without overshadowing our humanity, said Chaudhry and co-founder Bethany Bongiorno in the announcement. For wireless connectivity, Humane is launching its own MVNO, Mobile Virtual Network Operator, and has an exclusive partnership with T-Mobile for cellular. The device is starting at $699 for the complete kit, which includes 2 battery boosters, a charge pad, a charge case, a cable, and an adapter. For $24 a month with T-Mobile, you can get cellular coverage and a unique phone number. Orders for the iPin begin on November 16th. For months, an odd sight has intrigued a San Francisco cop regularly stationed outside the downtown offices of the startup Humane. Out of its door have streamed employees with a small square device pinned to their chests, not unlike the officer's bulkier, department-issued body-worn camera. Been wondering what those are, the officer said when Wired visited the company last week. Today, the wondering about Humane's gadget is over. The company is opening up about its high-tech device designed to be fastened to a shirt or blouse, a fit that Humane hopes can become as accepted among people who aren't sworn officers as sporting wireless earbuds or smartwatches. Humane's device, called the AI Pin, can take photos and send texts, uses a laser to project a visual interface onto a person's palm, and comes with a virtual assistant that can be as sharp as ChatGPT. By always being ready to search the web and communicate, it is supposed to quash dependency on smartphones. The AI Pin goes on sale November 16th in the US, starting at $699 plus $24 monthly for unlimited calling, texting, and data through T-Mobile. Humane revealed the device's look and basic functions, including web search and object identification, at the TED conference and in a Paris Fashion Week runway show earlier this year. In addition to announcing pricing and availability today, the company released new details about the Pin's software and how exactly a laser inside the device turns a person's hand into a screen. Orders will start shipping in early 2024. The Pin is one of the first of many wearable devices expected to launch in coming months and years that are built around the kind of ChatGPT-like AI services now used by over 100 million people each week. Famed Apple designer Jony Ive is reportedly among the competition. Whether any of them can become socially acceptable or withstand the scrutiny of the fashion police is a major question. Members of a Discord group created by Humane for its fans can't wait to buy their pins. But people consulted by Wired, who have worked on edgy wearable hardware, including augmented reality glasses, view the Pin as more the latest toy for gadget enthusiasts than a device set to establish a new norm for personal technology. It's also too early to tell whether Humane's hope that the Pin can help people to live more in the moment will prove true, or whether it will simply provide a new way to be unhealthily obsessed with technology. Constant companion. Humane CEO Bethany Bongiorno is confident of the Pin's mass appeal, calling it the world's first contextual computer. AI now has become something that everyone is curious about and really wants to know how it's going to change their life, she says. We're offering the first opportunity to bring it with you everywhere. It's really touching people from every background, every age group, globally, in terms of what we're feeling and seeing in feedback. When Bongiorno and her husband, Imran Chaudhry, founded Humane in 2018 after long spans working on hardware design and software engineering at Apple. They set strict parameters for their product. It needed to be a standalone device connected directly to the cell network, transparent about when it's recording, and not always listening for wake words like "Hey Siri" or "OK Google" as smart speakers and some phones do, and the whole package should be affordable. That really set the tone for where we are today, Bongiorno says. Humane's founders view previous wearable devices like smart glasses and AR headsets as barriers to human connection. The pin is intended to be less invasive, though just as capable, and something people can comfortably wear all day without ruining their hairdo. We want to have powerful compute with us at all times, and that's really what it's about, says Chaudhry, the company's president and chairman. We want access to more knowledge, more information. We just want it in a way that allows us to remain present. The startup has raised $230 million in funding, including $100 million announced in March, reportedly valuing it at $850 million. Humane's investors include OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, who holds the largest outside stake at nearly 15%, Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff, Microsoft, and the venture arms of LG, Volvo, and Qualcomm. After ordering a pin, buyers log into a website, humane.center, to sync their contacts and sign up for extra services like music. They use the pin's camera to scan a code shipped with the device to associate it to that online account where recordings, photos, and histories of calls and messages are accessible. Users' data won't be used to train AI systems, Humane says, unmissable wearable. With its housing carved from a single chunk of aluminum, Humane's device is closer to a brooch, a tin of mints, or a cigarette packet clipped in half than the sleeker items that adorn politicians' lapels or baseball fans' caps. No one standing a distance away is going to miss it. Chaudhry says the name pin is meant more as a metaphor to evoke the sentiment of attaching it to your clothing than as a physical descriptor. To put on the iPin involves placing a magnetic battery pack on the inside of a shirt or other piece of clothing and letting a magnet on the pin itself hold the system in place. It's altogether about 55 grams or 2 ounces, nearly the weight of a tennis ball. People with pacemakers should consult their doctors about potential magnetic interference, Chaudhry says. A clip sold separately makes it possible to attach the pin to thicker clothing or bag straps, and a lighter weight magnet included with the device works for silky outfits or workout gear. Photography was not allowed during Wired's visit to Humane, and the company didn't provide Wired a pin to try. But employees provided several demonstrations of key functions. Chaudhry says while sporting his pin on a warm jacket that he has worn it from rise until bedtime each day for over a year. He says it can hold up under rigorous activity, noting that he's been biking with it. In testing, the pin has held firm during running and jumping, he says, and it has been drop tested from 1.5 meters on a variety of surfaces. The pin comes in 3 colors that have fancy names but are essentially black all around, black with silver edges and white with silver edges. The silver bordered options are priced at $7.99. Colorful plastic cases dubbed shields, sold separately, can add more flair to edge of the pin. Bongiorno says they allow the devices to be more durable when dropped, which may be a big fear for potential buyers. The iPin's most distinctive features reside in the curved top of the device, which houses an ultra-wide camera, light and depth detectors, and a laser projector. Humane realized when testing that without that curve, a camera resting on people's chests would mostly be pointing to the sky. Everyone's built differently, and the optics need to actually be angled downward to account for the different shapes, Chaudhry says. Google learned a similar lesson in 2018 after it launched Google Clips, a body-worn camera that used algorithms to automatically snap photos. Female users tended to end up with an abundance of cloud shots when they intended to record what was in front of them because the device was not designed to account for bodies with breasts, according to a person familiar with the findings. Google did not respond to a request for comment on the now discontinued gadget. Like Clips and Meta's smart glasses, Humane's pin has a light that indicates to people nearby when the microphone or camera is activated. Chaudhry says this trust light is designed such that if it was ever tampered with, the device would become inoperable, so it can't be used for spying. Candid camera, the pin is controlled by taps, hand gestures, and voice commands. A double tap with 2 fingers on the touchpad on the front of the device snaps photos. The same double tap and then holding that spot records video, but video capability won't launch until a software update in early 2024. Tapping the pin and then moving a palm into its field of view activates its laser, which projects images and text onto a user's hand at a wavelength that produces a bluish-green tinge. A 720p resolution system Humane calls a laser ink display. Tilting the hand navigates between displayed options, and a swatting gesture swipes to a different menu. Users click on an option by tapping their thumb and index finger together and close their hand briefly to return to a home screen. Chaudhry says controlling the projection is limited to one hand to keep it quick and to prevent the other hand from getting in the way of the projector. The voice assistant, which Humane names iMeek, draws on multiple large language models, including from ChatGPT developer OpenAI. Users tap and hold the pin to talk to iMeek and can ask similar questions to those handled by generative AI chatbots or voice assistants like Alexa and Siri, such as queries about current or historical events, requests for help with language translations, and to order up poems. One demonstration Wired saw involved asking iMeek to play songs written but not performed by Prince. It correctly queued up Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor, an experience powered by the streaming service Tidal, which requires paid subscription. Humane expects to add navigation and shopping capabilities over time and also to open up the device to developers to build apps, Bongiorno says. The pin runs on Google's open-source Android operating system, so it should be relatively easy for developers to work with, though Humane has added a number of customizations to the OS. Some companies who have tried to develop Android devices in the past have encountered challenges due to Google policies that require it to favor the search giant's apps. Asked whether Humane was limited in any way through its use of Android, Chaudhry says Humane is excited to be partnering with Google. Ken Kochienda, Humane's head of product engineering, who worked on touchscreen typing and autocorrect for Apple's first iPhone, says he often talks to iMeek over breakfast with his wife and at red lights on his drive home as questions pop into mind. It keeps you in the moment with the people you are with, and it feels really lightweight and fun, he says. About 100 of Humane's 260 or so employees worked at Apple at some point, according to LinkedIn profiles. Chaudhry says while the pin supports Bluetooth headphones, its built-in speakers are designed to create a bubble of sound around the user that provides an intimate experience when turned down low. People in the office use it and we can't really tell, he says. A voice call demonstrated to Wired between Kochienda and Bongiorno's phone sounded clear on his pin. Photos taken with the pin's 13-megapixel camera and automatically enhanced by its algorithms can be previewed using the palm-top laser ink display. Images appear grainy and the palm makes for a bumpy and creased screen, but the feature provides a way to check whether a photo shot from the chest captured the correct subject. Users can't get iMeek to post the snaps to Instagram for now, though Humane hopes to partner with the social media service at some point. From early next year, the pin's camera will power an AI calorie counting feature. A Humane staffer showed how the pin could track the amount of protein someone consumed throughout the day by capturing bowls of almonds and potentially other food they ate. The pin comes with a phone number and also supports international roaming, GPS, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Depending on how people end up using the device, Humane could charge additional fees for capacity, Chaudhry says. Some services such as unlimited web searches through AI Mic and unlimited media storage on Microsoft's cloud are free. Chaudhry wouldn't say how long the pin's battery pack lasts, but it ships with 2 of them, and he encourages users to keep the spare around in the provided portable charging case for all-day power. The pin also ships with a proprietary wireless charging pad and an accompanying USB-C charging brick and cable. Mark Lukowski, a former software executive who oversaw augmented reality projects at Google and Meta, gives Humane credit for not creating another pair of smart glasses. But he worries that finding a pin design that a wide range of people find wearable or fashionable will take considerable time. Humane's emphasis on privacy also could dull interest in the pin by shutting off potentially groundbreaking features, Lukowski says. If the device's camera was always actively analyzing a person's surroundings, it could help people find their misplaced keys or remind them while at the store whether there are eggs left in the fridge at home. We already have chatbots available through phones, he says. What's the unexpected compelling value you get from your PIN? I don't think we've seen that yet, but I'm excited to watch this evolve. Bongiorno and Chaudhry say they are techno-realists as much as they are techno-optimists. They don't expect the PIN to entirely sideline smartphones and recognize that the PIN could raise novel ethical questions. We talk about not only the amazing, potential upsides, but also what can go wrong, Chaudhry says, declining to offer a breakdown of time spent using his phone compared to the PIN. The Humane founders say they haven't tried any other AI-first gadgets, but that it's a positive sign they are not alone on the frontier. They have talked about developing integrations for the PIN for homes with LG and for cars with Volvo. For now, anyone wanting to give Humane's vision of the future a try will have to settle for looking a bit more like a cop.